It started as an ordinary evening. I'd just brewed a cup of tea, ready to sink into my couch and unwind after a long day. The faint hum of the heater filled my small apartment, and the world outside was dark and still. But when the first knock came, soft but deliberate, I knew something was very wrong, because I wasn't expecting anyone. And the moment I opened the door, my life changed forever. I had just moved into this apartment 3 months ago. It wasn't anything fancy, just a cozy one-bedroom unit on the outskirts of the city. The kind of place where the nights were silent, and the only light came from the distant street lamp outside. It wasn't luxurious, but it was mine, and for someone starting over, that was enough. That night it was just me and my usual routine. After dinner, I curled up on the couch with my laptop, scrolling through social media while a true crime podcast played in the background. The narrator's voice droned on about a chilling unsolved case, but I wasn't really paying attention. It was just noise to fill the silence. Around 10 p.m., I decided to call it a night. I locked the front door, double-checked the windows, and turned off the lights, leaving only a dim glow from the kitchen. That's when I heard the knock. It was faint, almost polite. 3 quick taps. For a moment, I thought I had imagined it. After all, I wasn't expecting anyone, and I didn't know my neighbors well enough for a late-night visit. I hesitated by the door, my hand hovering over the lock. The peephole revealed nothing but darkness. My heart quickened as I cracked the door open just enough to peek outside. No one. The hallway was empty, silent except for the faint hum of the building's ventilation system. I stepped out, scanning left and right, but there wasn't a soul in sight. Shaking my head, I closed the door, bolted it, and tried to laugh off my unease. But then, it happened again. This time, the knocks were louder, more insistent. 3 hard thuds that echoed through the apartment like gunshots. I froze. I grabbed my phone, instinctively dialing my best friend. As the phone rang, I approached the door again, heart hammering. This time I didn't open it. Instead, I called out, "Who's there?" No response. No response. The phone clicked as my friend answered, her voice groggy. "What's wrong?" Or, before I could explain, I heard his soft, deliberate scratching at the base of the door. My blood ran cold. "There's someone outside my door," I whispered, trying to keep my voice steady. "Call the cops," he said. Now fully awake, I was about to when my phone buzzed with an incoming text. It was from an unknown number. "Don't open the door." I stumbled back, nearly dropping my phone. My friend's voice was a distant murmur as I stared at the screen. Who would send this? How did they have my number? Then the lights flickered, the heater sputtered and died, plunging the apartment into an eerie silence. I grabbed the kitchen knife from the counter, my hands trembling. My phone buzzed again. Another message. "I can see you." Every instinct screamed at me to run. But where? I was trapped, alone, with whoever or whatever was out there. Suddenly, the knocks turned into pounding. The door rattled on its hinges as if someone was trying to break it down. I backed into the living room, clutching the knife like a lifeline. The pounding stopped. "Let me in." My breath hitched as I backed into the corner, keeping my eyes locked on the door. It wasn't just fear now. It was pure, unbridled terror. I dialed 911 with shaking fingers. "Someone's trying to break into my apartment," I whispered, giving them my address. The operator's calm voice was a lifeline. "Stay on the line. Officers are on their way." But the voice outside laughed, a deep, guttural sound that didn't belong to anything human. The pounding resumed, harder than ever. The doorframe cracked, and I screamed, clutching the knife as if it would save me. And then, silence. I dared to inch forward, peeking through the peephole again. The hallway was empty. The police arrived minutes later, but it felt like hours. They found no one, no footprints, no sign of forced entry. Just me, trembling in the corner, clutching the knife like a lifeline. I moved out the next morning. I didn't care about the lease or losing my deposit. I just wanted to get as far away as possible. But here's the thing. A week later, I got another text from that same unknown number. "You can't run from me." And every night since, I've felt the faint sound of knocks no matter where I go. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more chilling tales of the unexplained, check out the next video on our channel. Just be sure to keep your doors locked. You never know who or what might be watching.